Right there.
I'm not going to storm out if you catch. And I'm not going to admit that you got Barbara Novak to fall in love. Because I'm not Barbara Novak. There is no Barbara Novak. And I didn't fall in love with Sid Martin.
Sorry, back up. Try specifying every, what's it called, like I am not, I will not, and then inflect those with, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Modern day, we like run them all together.
I'm not going to storm out if you catch. And I'm not going to admit that you got Barbara Novak to fall in love. Because I'm not Barbara Novak. There is no Barbara Novak. And I didn't fall in love with Zip Martin. I fell in love with Ketchup Block. And that was a year ago, when for 3.5 weeks I worked as your secretary. I don't expect you to remember me, I wasn't a blonde then, but you did ask me out. And it broke my heart to say no. But I loved you too much. I couldn't bear to become just another notch in your bedpost. With your dating habits, I knew that even if I was lucky enough to get a regular spot on your rotating schedule, I would never have your undivided attention long enough for you to fall in love with me. I knew I had to do something to set myself apart. I knew I had to quit my job as your secretary and write an international bestseller, controversial enough to get the attention of a New York publisher, as well as no magazine, but insignificant enough that as long as I went unseen, no magazine star journalist would refuse to do a cover story on it. Line. Never mind, I have it, sorry. I knew that every time we were supposed to meet, you would get distracted by one of your many girlfriends and stand me up. And this would give me a reason to fight with you on the phone and declare that I wouldn't meet with you in 100 years. And then I would just have to be patient and wait the 2 to 3 weeks it would take for everyone in the world to buy a copy of my bestseller. And then I would begin to get the publicity I would need for you to, 1, see what I look like, and 2, see me denounce you in public as the worst kind of man. I knew this would make you want to get even by writing one of your exposés. To do this, you would have to go undercover, assume a false identity, and pretend to be the kind of man that would make the kind of girl I was pretending to be fall in love. I knew that I was pretending to be the kind of girl that would have sex on the first date. So you had to pretend to be the kind of guy that wouldn't have sex for several dates. And in doing so, we would go out on lots of dates, to all the best places and all the hit shows. Until one night, you would take me back to your place that you would pretend was someone else's, in order to get the evidence you needed to write your expose. By seducing me, until I said I love you. But saying I love you was also my plan. I just wanted you to hear this because when I said I love you, I wanted you to know who I was and you would know I knew who you were. And then you, the great Ketchup Block, you would have been beaten at your own game. By me, Nancy Brown, your former secretary. And I would have at last set myself apart from all the other girls that you've known, from all the other girls that you've never really cared about, by making myself someone like the person you love and admire above all others. You. And when you realized that you had finally met your match, I would have gain the respect I needed to make you want to marry me first and seduce me later. I just wanted you to hear all of this from me before you heard it from your private eye.